welcome to Gran Turismo 7, and today we got to do a, well actually this is the one I think about. Only one vote I do actually. This is the vote I decided to do is the Nissan and Super Silhouette and the GT500 one actually. So as you know, Nismo Festival is almost there. Well, about a week away. Yeah, actually next week I was heard. Well, it does. At a Fuji Speedway. You may know those two cars on the front. Nissan is the most famous one. Well, there's a bunch of Nissan. Race car was the famous one. But since I got to do on the poll actually, this is a poll I got from a couple of days ago. Well, about yesterday or 2 days ago, or maybe. So this is one I do the Pennzoil Nismo GTR and Super Silhouette Skyline in one video in this game, because I realized that the intro one it has those two cars. You may not notice it, right? Okay, let's go to the legend cars actually. So here's one thing is, oh yeah, if you want to buy Nismo 400R, you can get it right now actually, but the only limited stock already have is a Skyline Super Silhouette, but unfortunately you can't get the GT500 because they run out of stock. So long actually. However, you can wait for a little bit time. Well, until the Skyline GT500, the Skyline GT500 restock actually. So I want to review both these cars because I already review all the two separate videos. I think. Well, the GT500 one. So the GT500, you gotta wait it, but you need to hurry to buy the Skyline Super Silhouette before it's sold out, or maybe you want to do it. We want to have it later. So I give you two videos in one video in the two cars in one video actually. This is the Nissan Skyline Super Silhouette 1984. This car is a golden age of the Japanese motorsport back in the 80s. This is the early 80s car actually. This is one of the greatest one of all time, and the split of as well. Yeah, the Super Silhouette always have a good, cool split of on the side. Look at the left side. Oh, the side's good. That was amazing. Yeah, the exhaust. I mean the exhaust actually. So this car was pretty much quite powerful enough back then. The 2.1 liter LZ20B engine, inline 4 turbocharged engine, and producing 561 horsepower and 539 Newton meters of torque, and made it to the 5-speed manual gearbox. Well, it does actually. One thing about this car is pretty much. This is one of the coolest car back in the 80s. Well, racing car actually. The color itself is a Hasemi Motorsports, and this car is driven by the Nissan's legendary racing driver Masahiro Hasemi, and this car weighs 1,005 kilograms. And one thing about how this Skyline Super Silhouette one, it's a fantastic car. Even though it has to say Tomica sticker, the Mini is a diecast model Tomica. Yeah, it is. If you don't know what Tomica is, it's a car diecast model for diecast toy cars actually. For that, if you remember the one actually, some viewers may be asking, maybe comment like this: is it Super Silhouette by Liberty War? Inspired by the actual Super Silhouette racing car on the 80s? Yes, it is. The one of the 80s car is a Super Silhouette. This is a car in Liberty War inspired from the 1980 Super Silhouette series car. Okay, that's good. Have you heard of the? Okay, I always say I always gotta read it again. And have you heard of the Fuji Grand Champ? Race was a popular motorsport in Japan in the 1980s. Those familiar with the event know how about the Super Silhouette that can compete in the opening race for those event. The Super Silhouette race was held under Group 5 regulation of that day. If you don't know, you can search it on Google, maybe. But the 1980s was awesome as well. While the exterior of the car maintained the look of the production model, under the stealth metal, there were dedicated race machine developed for competition. This Nissan Skyline Super Silhouette was the most popular car in the series. Not just that, there is a Nissan Silvia, the S12 Silvia. Famously for the flaming side exhauster, it's an iconic reminder of the time when the racing was fun and wild. Yeah, that time, the splitting flame. The splitting flame in Skyline and Super Silhouette one, this one here actually, you can buy now. You can buy right now so quickly. You can buy now right now because I bought this one last year. I had to say it costs you 1,150,000 now, which is it. But I already have this car already, so you can watch my previous video later. Actually, by clicking the information banner for that. Speaking about the 20th century motorsports, one of the greatest one is the Skyline Silhouette in the 80s. About the end of 20th century, this is a car that hooked like a storm. Well, actually, the one that people know about this car is this Skyline. Actually, the GTR. This is a Pennzoil Nismo GTR GT500 race car, which is debuted in 1999, and also the Skyline GTR R34, which just came out in 1999, including the Silvia S15 in 1999. Well, there's a bunch of cars debut in 1999. It came out in 1999 because people talking about R34 GTR for a long time as well. Well, what are these cars as well? For the GT500 race car, it is the one of the iconic one is this one. The engine is 2.7 liter straight six RB26 DETT twin turbocharged engine, and produces 498 horsepower. But if you read, on the description, it says 493. Okay, you got. You know what I mean, wasn't it? and also 710 Newton meters of torque, mated with a 6-speed sequential gearbox, and also rear-wheel drive. Back then, and the regulation for a race car is it should have a rear-wheel drive layout. Yeah, if you don't know, the R34, mostly Skyline GTRs came with a 4-wheel drive. And also one thing is, this car also featured in Gran Turismo 2. If you remember the game, it came out in 1999, which is a Gran Turismo 2, which is PlayStation 1 came out. His PlayStation 1 still on as well. And one of this car, they also have one of these things as well. That in that game, it made it over 600 horsepower. Some sources say it's over 600 horsepower and 710 Newton meters of torque. And this car weighs 1.2 tons. Yeah, 1.2 tons. And if you don't know why it weighs 1.2 tons, because the regulation of that time, these cars need to weigh at least 1.2 ton. Yeah, one of the greatest one actually. This is one of the greatest one as well. If you want to buy this car right now, unfortunately it's sold out. But you need to wait and be patient to buy this car. Okay? Don't be impatient. Oh yeah, if you want to know who's drive this car, it's driven by Eric Komas and Satoshi Motoyama. This car actually, this one here, this is one of the actual car racing on the Super GT. What actually back then was Japanese Grand Touring Car Championship, but now it's known as the Super GT. I should say it is. So people got to thinking which one you want to drive now. Well, actually, like I said earlier, it's a Fuji Speedway. Yeah, it is Fuji Speedway. I want to do that actually because next week it was held at the Fuji Speedway, like every year on the Nismo Festival's calendar. Actually, Nismo Festival's calendar for at the end of the year. So you may know. All right, actually. Okay, let's get started. Anyway. If you're asking me where's this car right now, actually this car at the Nissan Heritage Collection. If you want to visit there, you can check it out as well. But the one thing about the GTC car is the one he dominated on the sports. Oh yeah, well actually on the motorsport in Japan. One of these cars is dominating in not just the racing as well, also on the road. Actually, yeah, the Skyline GTR. I want to say. So this particular Pennzoil color, this is one of the iconic color scheme of all time. Well, the one of the iconic color as well. Yeah, you can see the Eric Komase and Satoshi Motoyama has name on it at the roof. And one thing about the Pennzoil color, not just that, this particular one is the most iconic. Like I said, it was iconic color as well, and also the most coolest one. If you play the Gran Turismo 2, you know this car already in the Nissan dealership in that game. Yeah, it is. The one thing about the Nismo, this car, even though it has a sequential gearbox, look at how the arc. Look at it inside. It was fantastic. Yeah, even have the detailed Recaro seat, Nismo harness as well, sequential gearboxes as well, and also the Volt Racing wheels, the forged magnesium one. It was cool as well. And another one I gotta talk about, it's a super silhouette one. The 80s, this one here is one of the coolest cars back in the 80s. The back in the 80s car is the greatest one of all time. For this particular one, you may know, look at the detail of the SSR wheels and also the Dunlop tires. And the one thing about this car is, even though this car wasn't powered by RB yet, they had the RB20, the RB engine, which just came out in the mid 80s. The R34 Skyline, they powered with the RB engine. And actually, this is one of the coolest one as well. Yeah, the RS Turbo. The 4-valve DOHC Turbo. Yeah, it is. The 4-valve it has a detail as well. Yeah, and also this particular car also had the Nissan Heritage collection, I believe, as well. And you may notice it has a 5-speed gearbox already. Yeah, it is. The fun thing about this car, even it weighs 1 ton, 1,005 kilos, it was the best sounding engine as well. Even that time, racing cars in the 80s was fantastic, and also one of the greatest of all time. Yeah, if you like kind of the stylish of this car, let me know in the comment section below as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more Gran Turismo 7 or 80 other video, or even live stream as well, I do live stream as well in this channel as well. Be sure to smash a like, subscribe if you are new, follow me Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, the link in the description box below, and don't forget to turn on the notification if you want to see the next video as well. See you guys soon. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.